Hey horse lovers, welcome back to Free Spirit Equestrian. So as you can see here, I have 4 saddles that I ordered from DP Saddlery, and we're gonna look at them and try them today. Now the thing is, I can only keep 1 saddle, so hopefully one of these saddles are gonna work today and we're gonna ride possibly in all of them or maybe just a couple. We're gonna see how it goes. And then at the end, I'm gonna tell you which one I'm going to keep. First, what I'm gonna do is take the covers off each saddle. I'm gonna show you them, we're gonna talk about them, and then I'm gonna pick which one I wanna try first. Okay, so this is our first saddle, and this is the Ronda Deluxe. And it looks a lot different than some of the saddles you might see on a regular basis.
Isn't this saddle just so unique? I love it. Now this specific model is a mix of black leather and brown Napa leather, but you can customize all of them. They have a ton of different options for different colors and conchos.
The next saddle we have here is the El Campo. Wow, that is so pretty. I love all the detail. Gorgeous. What do you think, Mushi?
The details on this El Campo saddle are incredible. It is a beautiful, meticulously designed saddle. Now this is technically an all English type saddle. So that means you could do working equitation, you could do dressage, you could even trail ride in this saddle because of the flap. So kind of like an all purpose.
The third saddle here is the Quantum Sport. This one's cool. It's more of like a trail saddle type, where the other 2 are more Baroque style. Super cool.
The Quantum Sport has more of a deep seat and a narrow twist. It is designed for trail riding, endurance, or just recreational riding, and typically this saddle is more suitable for a gaited horse or again just looking for more pleasure riding.
And the 4th saddle I have here today is the Ibero Verano. How cool. This cantle looks like a mermaid fin. I love it. This is so cool, and it looks really comfortable and cushy.
This Ibero Verano saddle is classified as a Baroque saddle. Now, a Baroque saddle is essentially a functional dressage saddle with a traditional look. And what I mean by traditional is it has a Spanish emphasis, and these were used in the Royal Spanish Riding School. And a lot of times people will still ride in these today. So a lot of breeds like Andalusians, Frisians are seen riding in these saddles.
Mushu, are you excited to try all these saddles? We might not ride in all of them, buddy. I'm just kidding. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna sleep. Now the question is, which saddle am I going to pick overall? Now we have to figure out which saddles we're gonna ride in today and try. And then, like I said, I'm gonna have to make a final decision, and it's all gonna depend on what is the best fit for Mushu and what is the best fit for me. Now, there's something really cool and unique about DP saddles, and there's something that sets them apart from other saddles as well. It is such an innovative thing, and I'm gonna show you in this video what that is specifically. You ready, Smoosh? Okay, so this is the first saddle I'm gonna try. Let me show you. The Quantum Sport. So let's put it on Mushi and see how it goes. Now I'm gonna show you the very innovative technology that is associated with the DP saddles. This is really neat. So you can see here, this tool, this is basically a very big Allen wrench. Now, as you can see here, they have a very discreet slot by the pommel. And I'm gonna show you what this does when you twist the Allen wrench. Kyle, will you do us the honors?
Yeah.
Okay.
When you buy a DP saddle, they come with this cool Allen wrench tool. And like Shay said, this is the one you put inside the side of the pommel. And all these saddles have a little hole in the same spot. You just put it in, and you have to find where the screw is, and then you just turn it.
So some saddles you can adjust the tree width by flocking them, or you can get a machine like a Saddle Devil that will widen them or make them more narrow, just depending on that model. All saddles are different, all trees are different. So, you know, it just depends. But this is super cool because you can just twist this. The left makes it wider and the right makes it more narrow, which we're gonna show you. And you can even adjust this while it's on the horse, which we're gonna do with Mushu today. But first, what we're gonna do is just make it a little bit wider since I know it needs to be. And then when we put it on him, we'll adjust it specifically. So see, we're making it wider. Isn't that cool? And then make it narrow one more time, Kyle, so they can kind of see. Yep, isn't that awesome? All right, now make that boy wide because this little hot dog, wide as she'll go.
Let's try that.
You think, Mushy? Okay, so right now the saddle looks too narrow on Mushu, but it's also brand new and the flocking needs to settle. Now we have it maxed out as wide as we can go, and Mushu is a really hard fit. Like, he is a tabletop, but we are gonna try the saddle on him and see how it goes. But again, he's a special case. So let's see how this goes. What's really cool is their saddle pad. You can put the billets right through here. I really like that. That's so cool how it's like leather.
The billets on all 4 of these saddles are longer, so I am just using my dressage girth. That would be appropriate for these billets.
Okay, so let's see how this saddle feels and looks after I sit in it. Super comfortable, oh my gosh. Oh. I like how it feels. I mean, it's definitely widened now that my weight is in the saddle. And over time, I think the flocking would settle, but we're really gonna have to see how it moves once I trot. But also there's flocking in the back too. And that will settle over time as well. You have to give a saddle a few rides to really get the best indication of saddle fit.
You can see now that I'm sitting in the saddle, it does look a little bit wider and better in regards to that. And also with DP saddles, their sizing in regards to their seat is 1, 2, or 3, and that is determined by height and weight. So a little bit different. Oftentimes it goes by inches, but that's their size chart. I'm sitting in the trot, I'm posting in the trot to get a better indication of saddle fit for Mushu. Now I feel like the saddle is very comfortable for me, but of course it's popping up in the back because it's just not quite the right shape for Mr. Mushu here. And it does affect my posting just a little bit because the saddle is coming up in the back. And like I said, Mushu is very flat. So he's responding to it, putting his head up a little bit because the saddle keeps going up and down and it is hitting his back a little bit. Now, the reasoning is because, like I said, Mushu is so wide. He is a very, very unique fit when it comes to saddles. So, good thing is I have plenty of other horses that are not strange fits, and I know that these saddles will fit them wonderfully. And like I said, I am really liking the feel of this saddle. It's just, I don't know how it's going to be for Mushu, but I am going to try to canter him a little bit as well and see how that looks. Plus, like I said, the flocking would need to settle. And if I was getting this for Mushu only, then I would take some of the flocking out of the back and customize it. But because we're trying saddles today, I don't want to modify anything.
So unfortunately, I think Mushu is so flat in his back and wide. Because he's such an odd shape, I don't think that this saddle is the right fit for him. I absolutely love how this saddle feels. It feels incredible. I think Mushu is a super strange case because he has such a wide back and he's like a tabletop, plus a mutton wither, and he's just so round. But I love this saddle. It is so comfortable. So actually, I'm gonna go pull another horse out of the field, and I'm gonna try this and then another one with that horse. Okay, so now we have Zazu, and he is my spotted saddle horse, and he's gaited. So we have the saddle on him now. I'm gonna see if I want to make it a little more narrow, but first I wanna ride in it and see how it looks. So let's try it. He's sleeping already? He is just so chill. He's always in Zen mode. But he is so fun to ride, so I'm actually really excited to try this on him because I ride him on trail rides all of the time. So if we have a saddle that's super comfortable and that fits, that would be amazing. Right now I have a Western saddle for him, but I've been looking for a hornless trail type saddle or something that's very comfortable without a horn for the trails. So let's see how this one works for us.
First, I'm going to do a little bit of walk trot in the Quantum Sport, see how it feels, and then see if we need to make any adjustments, widen it or narrow it, depending on how it's sitting and moving on Zazu. So let's see how this goes. I'm really excited to ride Zazu in this saddle. It is popping up in the back slightly, so in this situation, I think it's a little too wide, so we're gonna adjust it.
Okay, so it's a little too wide, so we're gonna adjust it really quick, make it more narrow. Just a little bit, Kyle. Let's see how that looks. You want 3 fingers, 2 to 3 fingers underneath the pommel on both sides, so maybe just a smidge more, a couple more cranks. Yeah, like if the pad wasn't there, yeah, that looks pretty good. You want your cantle slightly higher than your pommel, so I think that looks pretty good, especially once I put my weight in it.
Now I feel like the saddle is sitting a lot better now that we adjusted it. And again, it's just going to take time for the flocking to settle no matter what. And then if I choose this one, I can customize it. Isn't Zazu just such a good boy? He is the sweetest horse I've ever owned in my life. He is just so gentle, calm. Anybody can ride him. Literally a 1 in a million type. I just love him. The Quantum Sport feels pretty good in the canter on Zazu as well, so that's a really good sign. I'm just testing it out in all 3 gaits and seeing how I feel.
So the other saddle worked really well, and I want to try another one so I have more of a comparison between a trail endurance type saddle and a Baroque. Okay, we have the Ronda Deluxe on, but it's a little too narrow right now, so we're going to take the tool and widen it, and then we're going to try it out. this feels cool. I've never ridden in a saddle like this one before. It doesn't feel as wide as the other one. Like the twist seems more narrow, which I kind of like. But let's see how it feels when I'm riding and how it looks on Zazu too. The other part is, I think whatever saddle I fit, I'll be able to adjust it to some other horses. Of course, it's not going to fit every single horse. Like Mushu, for example, was a weird situation because he is just so tabletop and wide. But one of these models that I pick, they're gonna work for some of the other horses too, since I can adjust them. And obviously like different pads and all of that too.
So far, I'm really liking the feel of the Ronda Deluxe. It's a lot different than any other saddle I've ridden in before. But you can see the flaps aren't so long where they're down by my heels because I have a short leg. I feel like they're at a really great length considering this is a Baroque style saddle. And I like how the saddle is fitting and moving too. So this is so different. And like I was saying earlier, Zazu is gated. So if you don't know what that means, I've talked about it in a few of my other videos, but I highly recommend looking it up, watching some videos. But he moves differently than a horse that just does walk, trot, canter. Even though he does do those gaits, he has different movements. And this is extremely comfortable on him. I am just really enjoying the feel of this saddle. He seems to be moving very freely and he's responding well, so that's a good sign. This is going to be such a tough choice.
Okay, so with the other two saddles, I think I'm concerned about how long the flap is for my leg because I'm 5 feet tall. And this one has even a longer flap. These are gorgeous saddles though. I really like the design of this one. This is the El Campo. And this one just looks so medieval. It's really cool. And I really liked the Quantum Sport because I do a lot of trail riding and this is kind of an endurance type saddle. But the Ronda Deluxe was super comfortable. And it's just kind of a unique saddle. It's awesome. So now I have to decide what saddle is going to work. It's such a tough choice. I think with the El Campo and the Ibero Verano, their flaps again are too long, so I've ruled those out. So now I have to decide between the Ronda Deluxe, which is on Zazu right now, or the Quantum Sport. All right, horse lovers, the saddle I decided to go with today is the Ronda Deluxe. I just really liked riding in this saddle. I felt comfortable. I loved moving with the horse. I felt like I wasn't constricted, but it has a lot of security as well. I think it's a super unique saddle and it's absolutely beautiful. I just really liked it. I really liked the Quantum Sport too. I just feel like I liked the cantle on this saddle a little bit better and the seat. And like I said, the twist was a little more narrow, it felt like. So for me, this was just the way to go. And I'm really excited. And now I have a new saddle. And what's really cool is I'll be able to ride a few of the horses with this saddle since I can adjust it with the Allen wrench, which is awesome. So yeah, what do you think, Zazu? You falling asleep? You good boy? You did good. Well, horse lovers, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications so you don't miss anything Free Spirit Equestrian, and definitely check out DP Saddlery. Link in the comments and the description. And I'll see you next time, horse lovers. Bye.